Hello class, it's nice of you to attend again. So a lot of people have been asking me how to do file uploading in GraphQL, and as well I noticed a lot of confusion around this topic, so I figured to do a video and clear out the confusion and show you that it's really easy actually. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I'm gonna create a folder in my desktop here. So I'll call it file upload, and let's open that in VS Code. So here I'm going to install the server dependencies, which is just Apollo server. So let's do npm. Actually, let's do init first. npm init-y, and then run npm install apollo-server and let that install. And let's go back to the documentation, the Apollo documentation, and let's search for file upload. And it's this second link here of file uploads. And it gives us this nice skeleton here on how to start to work on file uploading. So let's copy all of it down to here. And let's go back to VS Code. Here I'll create an entry file, our server.js. And let's go to that file and paste all of that code. Let me make this a bit bigger. So this is basically what you have here is just it imports the server. It creates some type definitions with a query uploads, which actually I'm going to remove because we're not going to fetch all the files. I'm just going to put like a hello world there. So hello, that returns a string. And here we have this type file that has just some metadata about the file itself. And then we have this mutation, single upload, which I'll rename to upload file. And you see that it takes this file, which is of this type or Scala that is called in GraphQL of upload. So it already comes equipped with handling uploading of files. And then it returns the type of file that we have up here. And then if we scroll down, we have the resolvers. So I'm going to change this uploads to hello. And then this will just return a string that says hello world. We can use this like to test if we want to test that our GraphQL API is running or not. I'll rename this to upload file and come back to it. And then if we scroll down, you see that it creates an instance of Apollo server and then it starts listening and just console logs that the server is running. In this upload file resolver, I'm going to actually destructure straight away from the args the file argument. And then I'm not going to use this .then and promise syntax. I'm going to use async await. So I'm going to make this resolver async and remove this return statement. Actually, I'm going to remove everything inside the resolver. And here I'll say const. I'm going to destructure a couple of things from this file, and which are one thing called create read stream and a file name. And we get MIME type, and we also get the encoding of the file. So I'll get all of that. And this will be from the file, but this the file argument here actually is a promise that holds some data. So you need to say await file like this to actually get this data. And now what we're going to do is we're going to upload this file into a public directory here. So let's create a folder here, call it public. And inside of it, I'll create another folder called images. So this is kind of like in a real scenario, you'll have that public folder and you have all your assets that are public stored there. And amongst them are images. So for this, actually, we're going to need to bring two more packages that come installed with any node applications, which are the path package. So const path equals require path, and the fs package, which I believe stands for file system. So fs equals require fs like this. And let's go back to our resolver. And here we'll use this function. We'll say const stream equals create read stream as a function, and this will return a like a node stream, which you can think of it as just a file itself. And here let's say const, we need to create a path. So const path name equals path dot join, and we'll use dir name underscore dir name, which is a constant that refers to this current directory, and we'll add onto it. So do backticks /public /images / the name of the file, which we can get from here. So do $ curly brace file name. And now we can actually upload the file by saying await stream.pipe, and we'll pipe fs dot create write stream and pass it that path name that we just created for it to upload it there. And now we need to return some stuff to our user. And here it says return file name, MIME type, and encoding. But generally speaking, our client will not be interested in any of this metadata. But of course, the client will be interested in a URL. So let's say URL. This will be of type string and it's required. So we need to return to them this URL that represents this file that they just uploaded. So here we'll return URL and do backticks. And this will be, so this is our local server. So we'll say HTTP localhost rather 4000 /images/ and then $ curly braces and do the file name that we received from this file. And of course, in production, this will be different, but we're not in production. So let's save this. Now the Apollo server playground doesn't give us any ability for us to upload files, so we can't interact with this mutation, but we can actually create our React app and straight away consume it and see it in action there. So let's open the terminal. I'm gonna create a React app inside of a folder called client. So let's say npx create React app client, and here I'll use a template which actually was suggested to me by one of you guys, which is really cool actually. So it's a template clean-cra, which kind of gets rid of like some of the files that I don't actually use at the beginning when I'm just prototyping an app. And while it installs, please make sure to like this video. That helps a lot. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. Thank you. All right, our app has been created. So let's cd into it. So cd client. And here I'm going to install the Apollo client library. So let's say npm install and install at apollo/client and GraphQL as well. And we need to install another package called Apollo, so apollo-upload-client, and let those install. And this Apollo upload client is actually an open source package that's made by the community that allows us to have this link that we can use to send multiple HTTP requests, which basically are HTTP requests that allow us to send files to a server. All right, so everything is installed. So let's go into our file explorer, into client, into the source directory, and into our app.js, which doesn't have anything yet. So here we can start to set up our Apollo client. So we can say import Apollo provider and Apollo client, and also in-memory cache from at Apollo client. And here, let's set up the client. So we'll say const client equals new Apollo client, and we'll pass it. Actually, I'm going to straight away use that upload client. So here, let's say import and destructure create upload link from this library Apollo upload link. And here for the link, we'll reuse this function. So create upload link and open it and just take curly braces, and we'll say URI and give it our server URI, which is http://localhost :4000/ and now we need to give it the cache, the in-memory cache. So say cache new in-memory cache. You can omit this if you don't want to use the Apollo cache, by the way, but I'm just gonna put it because it's like part of the basic scaffolding. So here inside of our app, we need to surround everything by the Apollo provider. So cut everything and say Apollo provider and close that and paste everything in. And actually, I forgot to pass the client. So here say client equals client and save everything. And I'm going to create another component and put that form to upload the file in. Otherwise, from here, I believe it's not going to work because we're not actually inside the provider. So here, instead of that hello world div, I'm going to add a component, which is called upload form, which we'll create in a second. And let's actually import it. So import upload form from, put it in the same directory, upload form. And let's go ahead and create that in the source folder. So upload form.js. Here I'll do RFC, scaffold everything. And here I'll import the use mutation hook. So use mutation, and also the GQL utility from Apollo client. And here I'll straight away write the mutation. So say const upload underscore file equals GQL template string, and this will be a mutation called upload file. By the way, if you don't have syntax highlighting here, you can install GraphQL for VS Code, this extension right here, that gives you syntax highlighting inside of here. So upload file, and this will be a $ file of type upload, and that's required. Open that, and this will call the upload file mutation that we created, and pass it a file of $ file. And of course, we're going to get the only thing that we get back, which is the URL. All right, let's go inside of our component, and let's use the hook to get the function that we can call. So let's say const and array destructure upload file equals use mutation, and we pass the upload file mutation. And here we'll have some options, and we're just going to say on completed. And if you get the data, we're just going to console log it so that we can see it. Now, of course, this app on the client side is not going to be styled whatsoever. This is just to demonstrate to you how the functionality works. So here inside of here, I'm just going to put a header that says upload file. Here I'll put an input of type file. And I'm going to give it an onChange event. And let's call this handle file change, and close that. So let's create that handle file change. So const handle file. Ooh. Can you autocomplete? Thank you. Handle file change equals takes an event, and here we can do some basic validation. We'll say if not event.target.files. So usually we get an array of files. So let's do files 0 to check for the first one, and say if not, then return, then there is no file, so we don't call the mutation, otherwise it's going to fail. Otherwise we'll say upload file, and we'll pass it in an object with the key of variables, and the variables will be file, and this will be, actually we can bind this to a variable. So cut this and replace it with file, and here we'll say const file equals that first file, and here we can just leave it like that, and that will do the trick. So let's save everything, save this, save the app.js, and let's open the console, clear everything. I'm going to cd back to the server to start it. So in the server, I'm going to say node server.js. I'm going to open another terminal and cd into the client and say npm start. And let's go look at our, oh, actually that's the playground. This is from the last course. Okay, I'm just going to test the hello world query. So query hello, and run that. There we go, we get hello world, that's working. So here we have clean React app, I like that. And oh nice, it has a black background, I love this. Okay, so we get choose file. I have a picture of Sasuke here, I can't believe it. Okay, I'm going to upload this picture of Sasuke. All right, there we go, we get straight away an error, cannot read property 0 of undefined. Oh, okay, my bad. That's supposed to say files. So here in the upload form, yeah, event.target.files 0. All right, that should fix it. Let's go back. I'm gonna choose the same picture, and let's look at the console. Okay, we get an object back. Nice, upload file. We get a URL. Cool. We get images, hairstyle, whatever that was called. I don't know why it's called hairstyle. It's Sasuke. Let's look at our server. Cool, we get this image of Sasuke. It's actually uploaded into public/images. So it's actually working already. But I just realized I forgot to do something. If you go to this URL, it's not actually going to work. If you go to it, it's just going to actually take us to the playground. And this is because Apollo server is kind of pointing all the routes towards the GraphQL API. We can get around this by using a different library, a different implementation of Apollo server. So let's open the terminal, close the server, and let's say npm install Apollo server express. And actually, I forgot we need to install GraphQL as well. Now, let's close this. And here we'll import the same stuff from Apollo Server Express. And now we can use Express itself. Actually, we could have used it as well in the other one, but in the other one, we couldn't add another route on top of it. So here we'll say const Express. And by the way, even if we didn't install Express, we have it available because it's being used in the background. It's a sub-dependency. So we have Express now here. Let's scroll down, and everything here is fine. I'm okay with it. And here as well. But down here, now we're not going to listen to the server. We're going to create an Express app. So let's say const app equals Express. Now we have our server. So we'll say server.apply middleware. I don't know why it disappeared. And we'll pass it an object with the app like this. And now I'll say app.use this middleware. And it's just the express.static middleware. And we'll pass it a string of public, meaning that it will use this public directory as a static public folder that people have access to. And so now we need to do, instead of server.listen, we'll do app.listen. And it's not actually a promise, it takes a callback. So we can grab everything inside of the dot then, remove the dot then. And here we need to pass it a port. Actually inside of an object, so say port and say 4000 to stay on the same port. And here we'll paste our callback, and this doesn't have the URL, it's just going to be an empty callback. And we can just say server ready at, and actually just manually type it http://localhost 4000. All right, save that, and let's go back. Or actually, I forgot to restart the server. All right, so node server.js, run in the server. And now our playground will be in /GraphQL because of Apollo Server Express, because you need the other routes and you need the slash, because the slash now represents that public folder or any other route if you have it there. And now if we actually go back to our React app and grab that URL and paste it here, it should now work, and it does. Cool, we have access to the images. Now, of course, we need to rename the files because, you know, like this, the name of the file can be something confidential, like something private to the user. And also 2 users can upload 2 images with the same, you know, with the same name, or 2 files in general. This can upload any file. So I'm going to go and Google generate random string JS. I've already done that. So click on there. And I'm going to grab this cool implementation, thanks to this guy, or girl, whoever that is. So here I'll paste that in and change the name of it to generate random string, and copy that. And here I'll just say, actually here before we upload it, I'll say const random name equals generate random string and give it a length of say 12. But the problem here, we need to get the extension of the file. So we can simply say before that const and destructure ext and name equals path.parse, and we'll parse the file name that we receive. So now we have the name and the extension. Here in the random name, we'll have that random string, and we'll concatenate on top of it. So say plus ext, like that. I just realized we don't need the name. We don't actually need the encoding and the MIME type unless you actually want to store it in the database. And in a real world scenario, what you're going to do is you're going to get this name, you're going to upload the file, and you're going to store this name of this file in the database that in the same record that represents this user, or like in one of the files that they have uploaded. So let's save this and let's restart us. Actually, I realized that I need to replace that file name with the random name here. So replace that and save. Now I'll restart the server. Oh, there's a console log that comes with it, I realized. Remove that. And now to restart the server, it should be running just fine, and it is. And if I go to the React app and upload a different image, so this cat image, oh, there's a course error. Okay, let's just install the course. So Express course. I go to that first link. Yeah, we need to set it up like this. So let's go to our terminal and do npm in the server, npm install course. And let's go up here and get that package. So const course equals require course, and go down here and say app.useCourse like that as a function. All right, now it should run. So node server.js, and let's go here, refresh, upload a new file. Oh, okay, it says not found because I forgot that on our client we need to update the link. So in app.js, here this should point to /GraphQL. All right, that restarts automatically. We come back here, refresh just in case, select this, maybe this new image, and there we go. We get a response with the URL. And if we go to that URL, I just realized that actually the name is not randomized. It's given us the wrong URL. Oh, actually, I know why. It's here. This should return the random name as well as the URL. The file had been uploaded. So I'm just gonna go and try for the third time. I guess third time is the charm. So I'm gonna refresh and maybe upload this cat image now. And we get the response, open that. Oh, I didn't restart the server. So here, restart the server. Okay, I guess fourth time is the charm. So the cat image, and there we go. We get a random name, and if we click on it or we copy it and paste it here, we get the cat image, and uploading is working just fine. In a real world scenario, I actually would use like S3, like AWS S3, and upload all the files there and use CloudFront to cache it so that it's much cheaper to use. But hey, this is just the kind of proof of concept, and whatever you use inside of this function will be up to you if you want, but this is how you do it through GraphQL. Please do drop a like, it really helps a lot and I appreciate it. And let me know in the comment section if you want me to cover the video on uploading to S3. I can make that as well. It's not that it's really easy. So yeah, I hope you learned how to do this properly and you're not afraid of anything that you don't know anymore. And yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time. Cheers.